Co-parenting in peace shouldn't mean parenting in pieces. Hey y'all, it's your girl Kiki, and in this episode, I'm continuing our talk on co-parenting. Now, I told y'all we can talk about this forever. So today, though, we're going to talk about what it really costs to have a peaceful co-parenting relationship. Not the we're just doing it for the kids line people throw around. I mean the kind where you are so determined to break generational patterns, you forget that peace shouldn't come at the price of your entire self. The type where you sacrifice your boundaries, your needs, and stretch yourself beyond reason just to create something stable with two parents for your child. Because when you didn't grow up with that yourself, you'll do anything to give it to them. I didn't grow up with my father in the home, and while I'm sure he loved me, he wasn't present. But the truth is that my parents had a very complicated co-parenting relationship that was just full of drama. There was tension, control issues, and a lot of resentment. So even though I'm sure he wanted to be involved, the situation made it hard. And also, I feel like he didn't try very hard. Eventually, my family moved out of the country. And after that, he just wasn't part of my daily life anymore. Not because he didn't care, but because the co-parenting dynamic they had made it impossible for him to stay in contact with us. But guess what? That absence shaped me. It made me crave for stability, presence, security, all the things I didn't always have, but desperately wanted. And let me tell you something. When you're parenting a child and trying to survive your own childhood wounds at the same time, it does something to you. It rearranges the way you love, the way you protect, the way you show up. So when I had my daughter, I made a promise, a silent one. She would not feel the way I did. She wouldn't grow up questioning her father's love, her mother's love. She wouldn't have to piece together affection or make excuses. I was going to do everything I could to make sure her father was there. And I did just that. We weren't together, but we were pretty much family. We were a unit. We were a team. We made decisions together. He had a key to my place, not because we were romantic, but because he was involved, helpful, and trusted. But no, he hardly used that key. I mean, he checked on the house when I was gone. He showed up when I needed help. He made sure I had a brand new car after I gave birth. He took my baby to school, to most of her doctor's appointments, because, gosh, I do not like blood, and I did not want to see my baby cry. Though, she didn't really cry at all. He and I shared holidays with my daughter. He had her in the mornings. I took her in the evenings. We did birthdays together before I whisked her off on our mother-daughter annual birthday trip. He's even celebrated me on Mother's Day, on my birthday, even on Valentine's Day. From the outside, it looked ideal. Two parents doing it right. And a child who got to feel what I never did, having both parents love up on her. But here's what people didn't see. I was the one doing the emotional labor to make it all happen. I made it easy for him to be involved. I made it smooth, seamless. I did all the planning, the communicating, the making it work. And I told myself I didn't need anything else. I pretty much stopped dating. Not because I didn't want love, but because men actually couldn't even handle how close we were. They'd ask, "Why does your daughter's father have keys?" Being close seemed weird to others, and people just felt I needed more boundaries. I would get asked, why? How are you guys celebrating together? Basically, it worked. My daughter was happy. That's all that mattered to me, that my daughter felt safe emotionally. Oh, but by the way, remind me to tell y'all in a future episode how those lack of boundaries backfired. But anyway, over time, I started to feel the weight of what I was doing. It didn't feel even. I felt like I was managing the relationship, protecting the peace, smoothing over things. I felt like I was carrying the emotional load, doing all the bending and convincing myself I was okay. But I wasn't. I didn't realize how far I had drifted from myself. Not as a mother, not as a co-parent. I just stopped doing the things that made me feel like a woman, or the things just for me, not as a mom, but just for me. I buried all my needs, my softness, my desire. I stopped going out. I mean, granted, COVID happened during that time. But after that, I pretty much stopped trying. I stopped wanting more because to me, this was worth more to me than anything else outside. Having a peaceful co-parenting relationship was worth more. But I lost myself just so my daughter wouldn't have to lose anything. And listen, he did his part. He showed up, right? I felt respected at the time. He listened. We bickered, of course. I got on his nerves. He got on mine. But he didn't make most moves without checking in with me. But again, I still carried the vision. I was the one maintaining the structure. I was doing all the things co-parents should do. Getting along, communicating, celebrating, sacrificing, just making it work. And that's what we don't talk about enough. That even in the best case co-parenting scenarios, someone is often carrying more. And for me, that someone felt like me. And the truth is, that is not really co-parenting. That's emotional dependency, or codependency rather, dressed up as doing what's best for the child. Because even when he was doing his part, he wasn't carrying what I carried. He wasn't up at night with the mental load. And over time, I just got tired. Not just physically tired, but mentally and spiritually. I was drained. I didn't even notice how deep the emptiness was until I realized I had no idea who I was outside of being mom. What happened to me just being Kiki? And that's what happens when you drain yourself for your children. You stop recognizing your own voice. You stop prioritizing your joy because all your energy goes into protecting their peace. But who stops to protect yours? You think you're being strong, but really, what are you doing? You're leaking. You're breaking. You're going numb. And of course, I told myself it's fine and it's worth it, that I can push through. But eventually, even the strongest woman will collapse under the weight of being everything. So here's what I learned. Just because something looks peaceful doesn't mean it's not costing you internally. That even good co-parenting can come at a cost when you don't have boundaries. Co-parenting does not mean you have to be everything for everyone. You can honor your child's needs and acknowledge your own. Being a good parent doesn't mean you have to do it all. It does mean doing what's sustainable. Honoring your child's emotional needs is important, obviously, but not when it's at the expense of your own. That love can look like sacrifice, and that's okay. But it shouldn't feel like self-erasure. And loving your child enough to create a healthy co-parenting setup does not mean losing yourself inside of it. If you're holding it all together so your child never feels what you felt, never felt absence of parents or love from parents, I hear you, I see you. You're doing more than most people understand. But don't forget yourself. Don't disappear in the name of just doing it the right way. Know that you deserve to be full too, not just functional. You deserve to be seen, and your child deserves to see you fully alive, not just fully available. Truthfully, we're over here writing another page, an honest one, in this manual. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time. Remember to subscribe, comment, share with someone that would enjoy my story. Thank you for listening.